What's up everyone, Wolfman here, back at it again with another LEGO Star Wars review. And today I'm going into the future of the Star Wars timeline. I'm doing a starship from the First Order, and as what the title of this video is indeed on the Knights of Ren shuttle. Actually, transport ship, excuse me. Now, before I get into the review itself, just another quick reminder of the upcoming review on the Grand Fleet, which does consist of starships from the First Order, Empire, Republic, and anything in between, including Mandalorians. And that's going to be coming up that's going to be uploaded on the 26th of this month, the month of November. And it's definitely going to be something, and it is going to be something that's going to be well worth the wait and well worth the visual, because even I don't know how many starships that is going to be total. Definitely, I believe maybe over 3 dozen, perhaps, but I don't exactly know, so I'm going to be probably going to be just as surprised as you guys as anyone would see in that review. So I believe with that out of the way, and without any further ado, on to the review. And here it is, set number 75284, the Knights of Ren transport ship, or the Knights of Ren shuttle as I would prefer to call it. And this set was released back in 2020, has 595 pieces, comes with 3 minifigures, 2 of which are unique to this set. And we're going to start with those guys first. Here we got Rey, in her white tied robe, which was prominently featured in Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, which, I forgot to mention, this ship was prominently and only featured. We got 2 Knights of Ren. We got this one, a Knight of Ren, Karuk, and the second Knight of Ren is Cardo. Now all 3 of these guys do come with special weapons, including Rey with her lightsaber, and only Rey here comes with two printed face, as you have seen in the photo before, as well as more of a close-up as well, if you didn't see that here. And for a set that was released 2 years ago, the detailings on these guys is well put, and detailings on both the front and in the backs, which really have no real complaints. I mean, yeah, definitely detailing on the backs. I forgot to check that. And of course, both Knights of Ren, they do come with their own special weapons. And once again, I never bothered to give them their weapons because I'm just that lazy about it. And I actually do like the designs and all the unique designs of each of the Knights of Ren, and including these 2 guys. So I really got no real complaints. And I think if I were to pick a favorite one as far as designs and weapon features, this guy's weapon. I mean, I know I don't really say anything much about the Knights of Ren's weapons of choices, but I kind of like the weapon that this guy has. But I like this guy's helmet design. I find it quite unique in its own way. And I don't really know there's anything much to say as far as the designs, but it was definitely worth getting, because this is the only way you can get these both of these Knights of Ren here. So, and I think this design of Rey you can actually get in another set. I don't recall which ones. I think there are a few other ones, but I think so far this is the only one that I have. So I don't think there's much left to say with these guys, so I'll put those guys aside and just go ahead and jump onto the shuttle itself. And this was actually a bit of a fun build, actually. I mean, I actually did a speed build on this sucker, I believe a year ago or so, and it actually was quite a lot of fun, although I wish this sucker was a little bit bigger, but it is a shuttle after all, so some shuttles aren't really expected to be that big. But this sucker does have some playability. It's got a couple of gun emplacements at the top, and you got this sucker right up here, and a double-barreled one right up here. You can actually place both knights in these slots. Don't know if you can see that. Okay, maybe you can. They go right into those slots here and here, but they only sit in them, they don't really go inside. But there is one other feature this sucker has, and that's actually a little prison cell, which you can actually stick a minifigure in there, maybe even 2 perhaps, or even use it as a cargo hold. And that's some of the stuff that's actually up on the top, and show you guys the rear. It does have these quite the interesting designs on the engine thrusters, which I actually like. I mean, given that they're at an angle, they actually use Technic pieces. I may also show you guys the underside on this. So it's, as far as the underside, it's not that impressive in my opinion. Of course, you got the little present cell or cargo hold slot here. That's the only real insides you got. Of course, here is the front, and this actually does come. This actually does have the spring-loaded launchers on both sides here. Of I would assume would be maybe the wings or so, but I highly doubt it. But I am going to apologize right now for the lack of light. I mean, this is a bit of a dark colored set, but it's the Knights of Ren, so I don't know what one would expect. But yeah, this sucker was a really fun set to build. I mean, granted, there really isn't a whole lot of other features on it, but the detailing on it is actually quite spot on, even for a set of its size. And definitely well worth the purchase. I mean, this ship really was only featured in the Rise of Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. So there really isn't that much to really say. I mean, they don't really show I don't think they show it in any combat scenes. Of course, by the end of the movie, it had basically disappeared. It's questionable if it actually got destroyed or something, but it's kind of a shame they never really shown that much on it. But I think they did show one scene of Kylo Ren rebuilding his helmet. I believe it was on board that ship. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe they threw that indication that on board the ship here they actually have more than just a presence cell, but maybe it's got a lot of other rooms and stuff for storage and cargo and whatnot, or maybe even sleeping quarters for the knights. But other than that, this definitely was a worthwhile set to get. I mean, I almost had some expectations on it, but for a ship of its size and the figures that come with it, it was definitely well worth the purchase. So, can't really think of anything else to say on this set, so I would say that would be my review. So that was my review on the Knight of Ren ship, and even though it was a little bit on the short side, but it's a set nonetheless. And if you liked that video, and if you made it to the end of this video, please feel free to leave a like down below, and I'd like to hear some feedback, so please also leave a comment. And if this is something that you like or you don't like, or if you're in the middle, then please let me know. If anyone who comes across this channel, and if you want to see more, come join the Wolfpack by hitting the red subscribe button down below for more content for as long as they're going to keep going at this current time. And definitely tune in to seeing the review on my Grand Fleet. And after that, I'm going to be spotlighting two different armies, my First Order army and my Mandalorian armies, and both are of relatively large size. My First Order is bigger than my Mandalorian army, so definitely something to tune into if anyone's still watching at this point. And then after that, I'll be stepping into the time of the Clone Wars. I'll be doing reviews on Republic era sets, so definitely tune into that if you want to see that as well. I believe this will mark the end of the video, so all that's left for me to remind you that Jesus loves you more than Elmo and Barney does, and I'll see you guys next time.